care about this book. I haven't left my house all week. Oh, you read? Have you even read Atomic Habits? This isn't gonna end how I want it to. Work series I never read. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie if you're new here, and today's video is going to be fun for you guys. Probably not fun for me. But I was thinking to myself a few weeks ago when I was typing up some YouTube video ideas, and I wanted a theme, you know, like reading thrillers for a week, reading only Emily Henry for a week, something like that. And then when I was looking at my bookshelf, it came to me. This video is going to be me reading books I don't feel like reading. And that's why it's gonna be fun for you guys and not me. I've had some books on my bookshelf since the beginning of this year that called to me at one point, and I haven't thought about them since. And you know what? Sometimes you can find a favorite book from reading something that's different for you, or from reading something that you don't necessarily feel like reading. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And technically the first book I am starting with that I don't feel like reading, I'm cheating because I suddenly got the urge today to read it. And I don't know if it's because it's been in the back of my mind. I've had these two books sitting here for a few days now. That I don't know if I somehow manifested that I actually do want to read it. I'm going to be starting with The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. And that's probably controversial in me saying that because this is such a well-loved series, but for some reason I picked it up wanting to read it months ago, probably in January, and then I just got stuck up in all these other romance books and books that were popping off on TikTok and falling in love with series, fantasy series with romance in them, that I haven't thought about this book since then. And honestly, I have not heard much about it. Ever since the series ended, I feel like nobody talks about it. So I kind of feel like people like it when they're reading it, but it's not one that sticks with people forever. So that's kind of why I put this on the back burner. But now I'm ready to read it, and knowing me, I'm going to like it. I'll keep you guys updated and I'll let you know how this goes. This is also on Kindle Unlimited if you want to read it as well. Hey guys, so just a little reading update. Is this camera crooked? Little bit. I am 15% done with the book. I've actually been reading it on my Kindle, and so far it's really easy to read. The concept is really interesting. It's unlike anything I've read before. Basically, it's about this amusement park and the owner dies. That's like in the first page, so that's not a spoiler. And so then he like leaves tasks for his grandsons to do. And I believe each of the 3 books in the series, because it's called the Dreamland Billionaire series, follow each grandson. This story is specifically about Rowan and Zara, who is another main character that's introduced in the second chapter. And so it's their story. Right away, it is like a billionaire romance trope, enemies to lovers, and then the girl is kind of like the quirky, different kind of like I'm not your average girl trope. That's what it's kind of giving me so far. And what I was trying to say earlier is, ever since I started reading fantasy romance books, contemporary romance books have not been the same. So after ACOTAR, Fourth Wing, I have been rating contemporary romances pretty low for me, because I would give 5 stars to the most basic contemporary romance if it was exciting and I thought it was cute and fun. But like recently I gave Love Theoretically 3 stars, which was shocking to me, which 3 stars is still good, but yeah. So that's kind of what I was trying to say earlier. Upon further research, I've saw a lot of my friends have read this on Goodreads and they really liked it, but I haven't heard people talk about it since the series ended. Like no one's ever like, this is my favorite series. People always talk about ACOTAR, the Addicted series, Binding and Keeping 13, Magnolia Parks. Like I don't ever hear people say this is their favorite series, but we shall see. And the average rating on Goodreads is 3.9. I'm liking it so far. Let's see what I rate it. My favorite thing ever is updating my Goodreads. And then currently reading, and I checked the physical copy, and I'm on page 71. Killing it. And here is an update on books I'm currently reading that I don't feel like reading. So I have been reading the fine print on my Kindle, but I also have this copy, and I am 30% through on page 122. Not many further updates from what I told you guys yesterday in the plot. And then I wasn't sure which other book I was going to read for this video. I already had 2 in mind, but I wanted 3. And then yesterday I got a notification from Libby that As Good as Dead, the 3rd book in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, was delivered to my Kindle. And it was kind of just like a sign, because I already have out from Libby the audiobook in that book. I've had it for like 2 weeks and I just haven't started it because I don't feel like reading it. But then it clicked in me, perfect for the video, perfect for the content. Doesn't matter if I don't feel like reading it, I'm going to read it. Except I will be listening to it. There are 15 hours worth of content. I'm 13% done with it. I'm 2 hours into it. I started it last night when I was cooking dinner and cleaning up. No updates. I don't have any thoughts on it so far. You guys may already know I have a love-hate relationship with this series, because the first book I loved, although I was mad at the author for one thing that happened, so I gave it 4 stars. The second book, I listened to it on audiobook, and I don't know if listening to it on audiobook ruined it for me and I maybe wasn't paying attention, but I gave it 2 stars. I did not care for it. And I told myself I wasn't going to read the 3rd book, but then I never took myself off the hold list on the Libby app. And so both of these books are being delivered to me while I'm filming this video. It's a sign. I've heard from some people that the 3rd book ruins the whole series for them, but that's also kind of enticing to me. Like, why? And I think I know a big spoiler for the book, but I'm not sure. So stay tuned. Hey guys, so it's Thursday. I did not get much reading done today at all. I am 25% through with As Good as Dead. I like it better than the 2nd book so far, so that's good. But this whole series is basically just a story about how the police don't believe Pip. Like, that's every single book. And for the first book, okay, I get it, yeah. But the 2nd book, after she just proved that she's smarter than everybody, the police should believe her. But no, they don't. And then she was right again in the 2nd book. Now we're in the 3rd book. She just went to the police for something and they're like, no, you're just a dumb girl. No, she's not. So those are my only thoughts so far. That is pissing me off beyond belief. Yeah, I didn't read any of the fine print today. Deuces, see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, it's Friday night and I did not read any of the fine print today. It's not bad, it's just when I'm not reading about it, I'm not thinking about it, and I'm not like at a huge turning point that's making me not want to put it down. So I think I have to get reading to get to that point. I'm almost there. It's just not calling to me yet. Good, but not the best, you know? And then this is gonna be a huge shocker to you all. It's a huge shocker to me. I am liking As Good as Dead. 48% through with the audiobook. I've listened to it for 7 hours and 15 minutes and it just got crazy. I'm liking it a lot better than the 2nd book, but obviously it could still let me down. So just wanted to update you guys because I'm shocked as well. So good night, we'll update you guys on Monday. Going out of town, but I'm gonna do some reading on the plane. Guys, I've had the most exhausting weekend. Whatever, doesn't matter. I'm 83% done with, I can never remember the name of the book, As Good as Dead. Y'all, this book is good. I mean, the ending could be a letdown, and which is what I'm worried about. But if everything happens the way I expect it to happen, like, this is a good book. I'm shocked. I have been thinking about this book when I'm not reading it, and when I'm not reading it, I want to read it. Like, I went from not even wanting to finish this series to I have to know what's gonna happen. So I've been on a plane for like combined 4 hours this weekend. I've gotten through a lot of the audiobook, but when I got home, I rushed home and I was like, I have to finish reading it. And I don't want to listen to it because it's slower when you listen to it. I'm like, I have to read it on my Kindle. Thankfully, I also have the Kindle version out from the library. And so now I'm reading it, and I'm probably gonna finish it tonight, but it's just, wow. I can't believe how well thought out this is. It's insane. I don't know why people have been saying that the third book ruins it for them, because I think it's my favorite so far. I just can't believe how well the first book ties in. I don't really understand the point of the second book. Okay, wait, I can think of one reason, like one main reason, but wow. Okay, we'll update you guys when I finish it. This isn't gonna end how I want it to. This is gonna be the least satisfying ending ever. It's gonna make, yeah. Take back everything I said earlier. If it ends the way it is now projecting to end, worst series I've ever read. I'm like, seriously. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but Holly Jackson could have absolutely slayed this series. And I know not everything is a happy ending, but like with a book like this, it has to be. Otherwise, you're gonna piss people off. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. 30 minutes left. You guys know how this goes. Ugh. I don't like where this is going. Hey guys, okay, it's been a few days. I did indeed finish As Good as Dead on Sunday night when I got home from my trip. And my last clip was me panicking, like, oh my god, it's not gonna be a satisfying ending. Like, no, why is this happening? It's like, just, I was scared. And it was a satisfying ending. So I'm glad I was wrong. Holly Jackson kind of threw me for a loop there. I was like, great, nothing's gonna work out, everything sucks. But things worked out. I gave it 5 stars right when I finished it, but looking back, I think I would give it a 4.5 because I needed more closure at the end. Like, everything happened the way it needed to happen, in my opinion, but I could have had more closure between the characters. And I have been thinking about it for the past few days. It's Wednesday now, and I do keep thinking back to it. I'm like, ugh, I need more. I need more closure. So there's that. I have not made much of a dent in the fine print. 60% through, and honestly, I don't care. I don't care about this book. I think it's one of those books where you have to read it in one sitting or within a few days of each other, because I'm like, what's happening? Why do I even like Rowan? He has no redeemable qualities. I don't even care for the spice. Like, I'm just not attached to these characters. I like Zara, is that her name? But I don't know. Maybe this brother isn't the one for me and I would like the other books, but if I rate this anything less than 3 stars, I'm not gonna read the other 2 books in the series. So I actually got bored with this one and I put it down, but I'm gonna go back to it. And I picked up the 3rd and final book I will be reading for this challenge, and that is Georgie All Along by Kate Claiborne. This was my first book of the month ever in February. I just didn't want to read it in February when I got it, and then for all the next book of the month picks, I've seen like bigger, well-known authors, and so I just never wanted to go back to this one, and I was like, I should have just skipped that month because I'll never read it. But for the sake of this video, I'm reading it because I don't feel like it. And you know what? I'm probably gonna eat my words because I like it so far. I'm on page 70. Looks like there are just about 330 pages, so it's not that long. And let me just read you what it's about because it's kind of relatable right now. Longtime personal assistant Georgie has made a career out of putting others before herself. When an unexpected upheaval sends her away from her hectic job in LA and back to her hometown, Georgie must confront an uncomfortable truth. Her own wants and needs have always been a disconcertingly blank page. So she got let go from her crazy stressful job, and now she's trying to figure out what she wants in life because she feels like she's never known. She doesn't know what her next step is, and everyone around her has a house, has a baby, has a family, has a great job that they love, and she is just Georgie. And that's kind of relatable because I left my crazy hectic job in February of this year, and now I work from home, and I'm like, what's my next move? And I kind of have something in the works, but I'm like, do I really want that? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and so is Georgie. And I think I'm really going to like it. It's like a self-discovery book and putting yourself first and realizing work isn't everything. So subscribe down below if you guys want to help this channel out. So yeah, those are my book updates so far. I'll see which book I finish first. Okay guys, so I finished The Fine Print this morning, and I have a few thoughts. Yesterday, and I quote, I said, I'm not liking this book at all, which was kind of harsh. I do relate to what I said earlier in the video, where now that I've read so many fantasy romances, I need something extra special, and I need there to be a soul-crushing love that transcends through universes and time, and I need that, you know? And this wasn't giving that. It did get deeper, their connection, and they were able to open up to each other, and I liked those moments, but in the beginning it was just a little bit too surface level and like office romance drama, and I wasn't really vibing with that. I appreciated that it did get deeper and we saw their love for each other finally. There were good quotes in the book that I highlighted on my Kindle, and I really did like the epilogue. I thought it was really sweet, but not my favorite book ever. I would say like 2.75 or a 3. I don't know, you know, it just didn't stick with me, and I'm honestly kind of glad it's over, and I probably won't be continuing the series. Now, if I had read this when I was first starting my reading journey, would have loved it. But my reading taste has changed a little bit. Not my taste, but like what I expect from a book now that I have read soul-crushing 5-star reads that I'll think about daily for the rest of my life. I expect more. Also, I kept getting confused. I literally kept thinking this book was written by Christina Lauren, and I was like, this is kind of spicy for little Miss Christina Lauren, who wrote Love in Other Words. But then I had to keep looking up Lauren Asher, and I'm like, no, I've never read anything by Lauren Asher before. So this is by Lauren Asher. Christina Lauren, who are two different separate people, Christina and Lauren, wrote Love in Other Words. I am 100 pages into Georgie All Along. Gosh, I've got to finish that today because I've got to get this video up Saturday before I go to town. Bye guys. I just discovered that Georgie All Along is actually on Kindle Unlimited. So this is gonna make things easier because I definitely read faster on my Kindle, and I need to get in some serious reading today. I need to finish this book today or tomorrow morning. So let's go. I am tired. I'm 40% through with Georgie All Along. The book's not even bad. Like, it's not putting me to sleep. I'm just, if I wasn't reading, I would be sleeping, you know? But I'm trying to stick to my plan of getting this video up on Saturday. Oh, I also kind of started a 4th book for this video unintentionally, but I guess I'll include it. I'm listening to Atomic Habits because I randomly got to skip the line on the Libby app. I love when that happens. And I think Atomic Habits was literally the first book I put on hold at the library when I got a library card, because everybody's like, oh, you're into reading? Read Atomic Habits. I don't know if you guys have seen those TikToks making fun of it. It's obviously a very good book. Like, I'm 25% into it, but people are like, oh, you read? Have you even read Atomic Habits? You know, because for some reason that's people's like favorite book ever. Every time I've had it on hold at the library, I have to return it because I don't listen to it in time, and then I put it back on hold. And this time I was like, you know what? No. You're gonna listen to it. It's only 6 hours if you listen to it in audiobook form. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna finish it by the time this video goes up though. But I really don't want to read it, so I'm gonna include me talking about it. And I'm also gonna eat my words because I am enjoying it so far. And it is making sense. There you go. Okay guys, I'm 50% through with the book, and the main characters just finally got together, but then like not really, you know, because there's got to be conflict. So it's definitely a slow burn, which I like sometimes. It's slowed down a little bit. It's not going to be a 5-star read, but I am surprised with how much I like it so far. I'm also a little bit confused on how the characters just randomly decided they liked each other. I can't think of a moment where they both had the realization. Well, I can think of the moment for the girl, but I can't think of it for the guy. And I hate when I like don't catch things like that, or when it's not very significant, so I don't catch it because it almost just happened without saying it. Like he fell for her without ever expressing it. I don't know. So there's that. I'm gonna go to bed. I've got to get some serious reading done tomorrow. Bye. Hey everybody. Before I get into what monstrosity just happened over the last 24 hours, I just wanted to update you guys. This book, Georgie All Along, is really cute. It is really, really cute, and I'm so glad I read this. I'm almost done with it. I have like 5% more, but it's giving me Hallmark vibes, like a cutesy Hallmark movie, but also with like a sad backstory, and then rekindling of family and love and romance and tears. So loving the book. This video was gonna go up on Saturday. I don't know when it's going up now. I had the stomach flu yesterday, or some type of stomach bug, which doesn't make sense because I haven't left my house all week. I only left to do Kroger pickup and to go for a run. So I don't know where I got sick, and I ate food from my house every day this week. So make that make sense. I was dying until this morning. Feeling better, had my first meal in over 48 hours, and we're going strong. I didn't do a single thing yesterday except lay in bed and moan and complain. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't watch TV, I couldn't read, I could do nothing because I felt so bad. But yeah, we made it out on the other side. I'm so thankful for my health. You never realize how lucky and thankful you should be until you're down bad. Down so bad. Yeah, I don't know how I get the stomach flu every year, but I always get it every single year. Meanwhile, Sam hasn't thrown up since he was 8, so don't know how he does that. Oh, and I haven't listened to Atomic Habits either, so I'm sticking to the 3 main books for this video, and I will update you guys with my final ratings on Georgie All Along here shortly. Hey guys! I wish Sam would get his damn bike stuff out of my reading room. Like, what the hell is that? It's Sunday. I'm not feeling so great anymore. I had a good 24-hour spurt. Is that a word? And now for some reason things are happening again. But while I'm still standing, I figured I'd end the video. I did finish Georgie All Along last night, and I really, really liked it. I have been going back and forth on a rating for so long. It's definitely between like 3.75 and 4 stars. I looked up the actual Goodreads rating, and it's like 3.88, which I think is the perfect rating for this book. I will read other books by this author. I think her next book she publishes could be 5 stars because everything that I wanted was there. It was just a little slow, but I loved the romance. I loved the found family. I loved how everything kind of connected in the end. The 3rd act breakup drama was kind of silly, but I mean, aren't they all? And honestly, I really liked it. Something was just missing, and I can't explain it. I thought what the characters said to each other and their inner dialogue was adorable. I highlighted so many things. Wow, like it was so cute. Levi really cared for Georgie, and he showed it at the end. They are such a cute couple. Now, I know the main criticism of this book is that it's supposed to be about like Georgie finding herself after getting let go from her career, or what she thought was going to be her career, and then she like ends up falling in love and not really figuring out her career. But in a way, I think that's kind of the point in the book. Like, it's a poetic ending. Like, you think success is one thing. So many people think success is having a well-paying job and being respected in your field, but I don't necessarily think that's true success, because is that going to make you happy? No. And I think that's what Georgie found out, is that she wasn't happy doing things for other people. Her majority of her life, she needed to do things for herself, and through doing things for herself, she found love. So wow, that was kind of poetic of me. Basically, you find love when you're not looking for it, and so I think that's kind of beautiful. And I still think she found herself in a way, for sure. This was kind of crazy for me, because I have on video, like in a TikTok video, me talking about how I'm never gonna read the books that I just read in this video because I didn't feel like it. And I read them and I liked 2 out of the 3 of them. I loved 1 of them. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I had a lot of fun filming it. It was a good challenge for myself. Knocked off 2 books on my physical TBR list. I hope you guys will stick around by subscribing down below, hitting the like button, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.